It do, flight crew, FTC, flight team stand up. Hey man, I can't believe he actually pulled this off. My high roller of Jimmy. I'm just playing, man. Jimmy High Roller, man. Much respect to him, man. Let's check it out. See what this is about.
TJ Warren looked like the best player on the planet and drew comparisons to Michael Jordan.
All right, bro. If I ever hear anybody compare TJ Warren or TJ to Michael Jordan, bro, like, you literally deserve to be banned from watching any basketball. Your only sport you can watch is golf and bowling. Like, you literally are the lowest piece of, like, shit of the earth if you think Warren or TJ is another Michael Jordan, bro. That is just beyond disrespectful. And I'm not talking about this towards Jimmy Roller. I'm talking about, to whoever, because it was a blog page said this. Like, you are literally the most clueless, low IQ human of this entire earth. Like, you have literally the IQ of a tree branch, bro. You know what I'm saying? Only good for drinking water, man, growing, but not growing.
For 2 weeks, and then just as abrupt as it came, it went. What happened? For a 5-game stretch, TJ Warren had millions of NBA fans convinced that they were watching the greatest basketball player to ever touch
bro.
him.
The reason why he honestly played this before he even continues talking, bro, is because they was in quarantine. He was just trying hard. He thought he was going to come back and do something. There was no crowd, too. So no crowd plays a lot of different impact. The nerves is less there, bro. Like, this dude will forever be a 11 points per game averaging player, bro. This dude is butt juice. He's trash, like Jimmy Butler said, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's probably going to be playing in the D-League or overseas in the next 3 to 5 years anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to be honest, if he played in, like, the early 2000s, he wouldn't even be on an NBA team, bro. That's how you know this generation doesn't have talent like this, bro. Like, right now, the Indiana Pacers' best player is Oladipo, bro. I can get signed to the Indiana Pacers right now. I just don't, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to play for a team like that, bro. Imagine. I'll literally go into, like, deep depression, bro. Like,
not the greatest, but some of y'all were really running away with this narrative. Warren went from averaging 20 points a game to averaging nearly 35, 7, and 2 on 60% shooting. It only took 5 games to convince what seemed like the majority of NBA fans that TJ Warren was next up. And then a first-round sweep and 4 average games later, he was back to being TJ Warren. This has happened before. The NBA player who completely balls out for a handful of games and looks like a completely different player.
Facts, bro. Yo, that nigga Larry Hughes definitely finessed the NBA, bro. He let LeBron down so bad, like, back then with the Cavs, bro. And for all you little, you know what I'm saying, like, LeBron fanboys that swear you know shit about the NBA that was born in, like, 2015, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have real knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Larry Hughes sold so many times against LeBron, with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day with the Cavs, bro, in 07 and all of that, bro. Like, the dude is just complete butt juice, bro. He literally deserved, like, not even to be on a D-League team, bro. Like, bro, if we were to play 1v1, bro, it would be lucky if I would even upload it on my second channel. It was not even content worthy, bro. Like, no disrespect, bro. Like,
what Warren did is pretty mediocre compared to what some other players have done. Overnight transformations, you have to see to believe. Today's video is brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings is celebrating.
Alrighty, I do not care. Skip ahead.
$100 million in prizes instantly. Yeah.
Skip ahead. You're welcome for skipping.
Lynn went from a bench warmer playing 5 minutes a game to being the most electrifying player in the entire league. If you witnessed it firsthand, you know how ridiculous this was at the time. 0 points, 2 points, 0 points, 4, 3, 8, 4, 2, 25, 28, 23, 38? What's going on here? Starts off the season with a 9-game run that nearly had him demoted to the D-League, and then goes on one of the most historic runs by a non-superstar. But like most players who have these apparently random moments of greatness, it's only a matter of time before things settle back down. Before the law of averages rears its ugly face and brings our heroes back down to earth with stat lines that don't resemble that of Wilt Chamberlain. When TJ Warren was on his unbelievable run a few weeks ago, I couldn't help but be reminded of Linsanity, and how as a fan base we should all know better by now.
Bro, real ones know TJ Warren was not lasting like that, bro. Dude is trash.
Games to dictate the
There's nothing else to say, bro.
Entire trajectory.
It's really easy to stop him defensively, bro.
Because it's fun, and we refuse to learn from our mistakes. Just as long as we don't do this all the time.
What are you talking? Bro, no, man. Don't be throwing on my man Bobo, bro. Come on, man. They're not even playing him. That's not fair. Bro, Bobo definitely is, bro. Bro, in my opinion, bro, Bobo's going to be like another, he's going to be another Jermaine O'Neal, a taller version of Jermaine O'Neal. Real ones know who Jermaine O'Neal was, bro, from the Pacers. He was first with the Raptors back in the day. The Raptors slept on his talent, and then he went to the Pacers, and he just went off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bobo low-key reminds me of Jermaine O'Neal a little bit, just a taller version, just the way he moves around the court and everything. It's
Sometimes
possible.
Players just step up
Man, and then like a Walmart Anthony Davis, you know what I'm saying?
Just a few games.
Because he can dribble
and make some pretty outlandish claims and comparisons. But some players had overnight transformations that were so drastic that even the most conservative fans would swear they were witnessing the next GOAT.
Who is this Barros,
There was
dude?
once a man named
Barros.
James. He's not dead or anything. He's just not in the... Anyways, Mike played for a few NBA teams in his days, like the Chicago Bulls. He averaged a very modest 2 points per game there. He also played for the Hornets, and also averaged 2 points a game with them. And the Pistons, the Heat, the Mavericks, the Bucks, Timberwolves, Rockets, Wizards, Celtics, and the Raptors. Mike James played for 11 NBA teams.
Bro, how do you go from averaging 20 points and then you just average just 5 points your career, bro? Like, fam.
As a solid to low-level role player. Except for one season.
The 06 season?
Leading up to the 2005-2006 NBA season, Mike James averaged 9.2 points and 3.5 assists per game. This wasn't because of a lack of minutes or opportunity or anything like that. The man just couldn't shoot the damn ball.
Oh, you know why I think he averaged like that with the Raptors? His fucking Vince Carter. Didn't he get traded to the New Jersey Nets? He got traded to the Nets at that time. That's probably why he was the only player on the team, because the Raptors had nobodies other than well, no, they had Chris Bosh too. So probably it was just him, and then when they would double Chris Bosh, they would just pass in for an open three. That's probably what it was.
4 NBA seasons. But after getting traded from the Rockets to the Raptors, I guess Mike James found a pair of Michael Jordan's shoes in his locker because this man became a
Should I like to put him to light Mike, man?
Before the 2005-2006 season, out of the 248 career games James played in, he had 0 30-point games. 0. After being traded to the Raptors, James went on a 20-game stretch in which he had 10 30-point games, outscoring Ray Allen, LeBron James, Paul Pierce, Joe Johnson, and Carmelo Anthony, all in a matter of just weeks. To finish off the season, Mike went on a 10-day rampage and averaged 31 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds per game. After being an, at best, average NBA player his entire career, Mike James virtually became prime Michael Jordan for 10 days. To put this incredible into perspective,
Imagine going prime Michael Jordan for 10 days.
Is an even 15. Leading up to his time with the Raptors, Mike maintained an average PER of 14.2 throughout his career. But for the entire last month of the 2005-2006 season, Mike had an average PER of 23.9, 10th in the entire NBA. A man that didn't even average double-digit scoring once in his entire career became one of the league's most dominant players for an entire month. And then in the following season...
So he had a June Mike James?
After his incredible run, Mike signed with the Timberwolves the next season and didn't see another 30-point game for the rest of his entire career. Now, I'm going to show you something That is so shocking. I literally couldn't believe it. When I saw this for the first time, I had to double check different sources to make sure this was accurate. So here is a stretch of games by former NBA player Larry Hughes in early 2000. He played for the 76ers and he was an at times below average rotational guy. The majority of his games did not see double-digit scoring. Just here, in this 21-game stretch, he scored in double digits only 7 times. This wasn't a particularly thriving time in Larry's career. But on February 16th, on the final day of this stretch of games, Larry was traded to the Golden State Warriors. And in that same exact season, in the very next month, he did this.
The hell? What the hell? He probably forgot he was on the floor or something, but 40, bro. Larry Hughes scored 40 points. That trash ass nigga scored 40 points. Hell nah, bro.
For 40 days.
When did he play for the Warriors?
Became the chosen one.
Oh yeah, he did. He had those are the throwback Warriors unis though.
Larry struggled to get even 10 points. But immediately after joining the Warriors, Larry Hughes had not one, but 2 40-point games and 7 30-plus point games. Look at this. 44, 7, 6, and 3 on 55% shooting from the field.
Wow.
How? Larry went from averaging 7, 3, and 1 to averaging 25, 6, and 4 the very next month.
That's crazy.
Here's a chart of the most productive guards in the NBA.
Look at Allen Iverson, man. Where's Curry at, though?
The numbers you see represent the total number of points, rebounds, and assists each player averaged per game. You have some Hall of Famers early in their prime like Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, and then there's Larry Hughes, the second most productive guard in the entire NBA for the second half of the season.
That's
The man
crazy.
Transformed in the blink of an eye. If social media existed in the year 2000, do you understand how many Bleacher Report posts Larry would have gotten?
For
this
real.
23-game stretch would lead you to believe that he finally got his
Damn,
break,
bro.
and he
What
would
Warriors
soon
team
find
was
the
this,
success
man?
he deserved.
Was Agent Zero on his
And you'd
team?
be
I can't
right.
remember he was on the
Larry
Warriors.
Hughes was fortunate enough to achieve one of the most elusive titles in all of basketball. The guy who got really good out of nowhere and then actually stayed good. This is a rare feat, but Larry pulled it off.
He didn't stay
Now,
good.
For a moment.
Fuck that, bro. He ain't stayed good, bro. How much he paid to say that, man?
A 5'11"
That dude was fucking booty hole juice, bro.
But nothing more.
Straight
Your career
asshole,
numbers,
white hair is
9
fucking
points,
juice, my
3
nigga.
assists and 1 rebound a game on 45% shooting. You've played enough basketball to know that you've earned a spot in the league, but you also know you'll never be the guy. It just won't happen. You've played 420 NBA games and you've scored 20 plus points 31 times. You've never had a single 30-point game in your 6 years in the league. And then, out of nowhere, in your 421st career game, it happens. Your first 30-point game. It took 42 minutes and 14 shots to do it. The best game of your entire life. But it will probably never happen again. And then 6 days later, it happens again. And then again 15 days later. And then again, and again, and again, and again, and then again. It took 420 games for you to log your first 30-point game. And yet, it only took 26 games to log.
Hey man, shout out to Fresh League Sub, man. We getting so Fresh League Subs off stream, man. We not stream.
50-point explosion. 50 points. This is what happened to former NBA player Dana Barros. For 5 years, Barros averaged 9 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound a game. But for a 40-game stretch, for what appears to be no reason at all, he averaged 25 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals a game.
The hell?
This isn't some 5 or even 20 game sample. Dana did this for half of an entire season. This man tripled his production on better efficiency for 40 games straight. Imagine for a second.
Bro, why are you wearing
that
Iris's
Alex
number,
Caruso began to average something like 23-7 and 4 a game, and then maintain this level of play for half of the season, and then became
Caruso of Alex.
an NBA All-Star.
Caruso of Alex is too untalented. He's
This
never gonna
is
do
what
that.
Dana Barros did.
Sorry.
From a player who started only 98 out of 372 career games to being a top 25 player in the NBA the very next season in the middle of his career. But streaks like this happen all the time. Of course, not to the incredibly shocking extent that we saw with Mike James, Larry Hughes, and Dana Barros, but it does happen. 5-game stretches, 20-game stretches, and in some rare cases, half of an entire season in the middle of a 15-year career. This happens more often than you would think. And yet somehow we continue to allow ourselves to be prisoners of moments and hop online the instant some guy gets 30 points to claim he's the next Kobe Bryant.
Facts,
Why do
man.
we do this to ourselves?
They need to stop
Maybe
doing that
because
stuff.
we all want to be the guy who said, I saw it coming before anyone else. So we have written proof that we predicted.
Now people always be getting on me like, why you always be so hard on these players? Just y'all, most of y'all be overrating them, bro. When Warren of TJ was going on his little streak, niggas was like, oh, Flood, all you do is just fucking down players. And I'm just like, no, bro. Wait till it happens. What did I say?
That even the underdogs can shine like goats every once in a while. Hope you all enjoyed.
Hey man, as usual, man. Comment down below as your next man.